Angeles, the most successful player in the history of the WPT, faces stiff competition in the fight to win a $1.6 million first-place prize. The final table of the LA Poker Classic starts now, only on the World Poker Tour.
There you see the chip leaders, Vivek Rajkumar out in front, right on his heels, three-time WPT champ Carlos Mortensen. And on the short stack right now, Steve Gross with $1.2 million.
All right, the winner's going to take home close to $1.7 million.
Tournament director Matt Savage getting them underway, so here we go.
And on the very first hand, look at this. Vivek Rajkumar picks up the ladies' pair of queens. Andy's a 5,000, blinds 25 and 50. And he is going to raise it up. Makes it 125,000 to go. Darryll Fish goes out.
Oh, and look at this. Greg Brooks has picked up two aces.
Oh, boy, the weapons of mass destruction on the very first hand.
Incredible on deal number one. He is going to three-bet it. Makes it 315,000 to go.
Amir Lehavot going away. Now Steve Gross, the online poker professional.
Wow, he's on the short stack, but look at this. He's got two tens.
Three wired pairs like this. Unbelievable.
Now, he knows Vivek's just the chip leader. Might raise with any two cards, but certainly you have to respect Greg Brooks for re-raising on the first deal. You're just not going to do it without a hand. But he's coming over the top of both of them.
Oh.
And Vince, he's put in about half his stack there, over 650,000.
Carlos out. This is a complete logjam.
All in.
Vivek goes all in with the ladies.
I'm in shock over that.
And now back to the man that has the real hand.
Well, Greg Brooks went to Wake Forest as a communication major, minored in entrepreneurship, started his first business at 19, then actually played as a pro player for about 4 years. Took some time off to go back to the business world.
All in.
He says all in. Steve Gross now might be pot committed. We'll see.
And Steve's only got 600,000 left. Remember,
Right.
blinds are 25 and 50,000, so he's got 12 big blinds left.
Boy. This is sick.
Now, Vince, I'm sure Steve feels like his hand is beat right now, which it is. But still, if you want to give yourself the best chance to win, sometimes you got to gamble. He's getting over 5-to-1 odds. If he got lucky and won this pot, he could be a serious force in this tournament. Otherwise, he's going to be on a severe short stack with just 12 big blinds. But still, you hate to go out on the first hand, especially if you know you're beat.
Does he want to gamble? He could be priced in.
My fault.
Well, he's laid his hand down.
Wow. So now they're going to turn up the cards.
So here we go. Aces versus queens.
And look at Vivek. Completely disappointed. He can't believe his queens are in second position.
I've done this before. I've done this before.
Well, we saw him crack the two aces of Mark Saban. When he won his first title, he had two tens that end.
Done this
Here he's got
before.
two queens.
I should have made it a little smaller. I wasn't planning on folding.
Greg, I'm just gonna warn you, I've done this before.
I don't care.
Not going to scare Greg Brooks.
Yes, ironically, Greg Brooks' online name is Aces versus Queens. And here we have it right here. His WPT dreams of a title on the line. Oh, flop comes 10-9 deuce. Brooks is going to be sick right now.
To the barf bag you go.
Unbelievable. He would have flopped 3 tens to take the lead.
Here's the turn card. 5 on the turn. No help for Vivek.
So sick.
Well, Vivek is going to have to catch a queen on the river to eliminate Greg Brooks from this tournament. Doesn't happen as the jack comes off. And just that quick, Greg Brooks has over 5.2 million in chips at this final table. And what a force he could be from here.
He's 23 years old out of Wyckoff, New Jersey. His first WPT
Nice hand,
advantage,
Greg.
and he has crushed him on the very first hand.
Well, what drama here on hand number one. No doubt about it. Incredible. This is our final table, so let's go down to the fence.
As you can see right now, the chip leader is Carlos Mortensen, 3-time WPT champion. He's got about 5.3 in chips.
Well, Vince, just a moment ago, Vivek was the chip leader. He's now sitting in 4th chip position after taking that beat with the 2 queens against the 2 aces. And it's a hand I think he could have got away from had he taken a little bit more time to think
All
about
right,
it.
to the hand we go. A couple folds, and now it's around to Vivek, who has a pair of 5s.
Just got burned on the 2 queens. Let's see what happens with the speed limit, Ann.
He's going to make it 125,000 to go into Darryll Fish.
Well, Darryll, tough young pro, has a 7-deuce offsuit. Vince, it looks like he's getting out raising chips.
Don't do it, Darryll. Don't do it.
Well, I know these young players like to be bold and aggressive, Vince, but when you're sitting in 5th chip position out of 6 players, I don't like re-raising with a 7-deuce offsuit and burning up my chip.
Makes it 305. Amir Lehavot, who operates a poker training site, looks down at ace-queen.
Well, he's got a tough decision here. He knows Vivek's obviously capable of raising with any 2 cards. He's now going to know that Darryll Fish is also capable of raising with any 2 cards, because you can't have a worse hand than the one he re-raised with.
Well, he has re-raised, makes it 705,000. Vivek now going to muck his 5s.
Vince, give Amir credit for knowing his opponents here. Comes over the top of 2 raisers with an ace-queen.
Nice
and
hand,
takes down the pot.
Darryll Fish. Man, what the heck am I doing with 7-deuce, trying to get fancy? I am the fish at the table.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, this hand's going to go away. Greg Brooks also folding.
Okay, back on Amir.
The former electrical engineer goes out. And now Steve Gross, the online pro. He's short stacked, and he is going to shove with ace high.
Well, he's on the button, just going to try to get past the blinds.
Carlos out.
Call.
Now Vivek with the ace
Call.
jack of hearts has to make this call, and he's well out in front.
So far, Steve's got to be thinking, wow, I'm marching with 2 left feet, but maybe I'll get lucky.
I'll take a sweat.
Free bet.
I'll
Free
take
bet.
a sweat. Black cards. Black cards.
And Steve Gross is in trouble from Marlborough, New Jersey. Will this be his last hand? Here's the flop.
Flop comes 7-5-4.
Wow, we got our sweat.
Dude, that's a little too much, man. That's a little too much of a sweat. I was not asking for that.
Steve has got a 2-way straight draw now. A deuce or a 6 would give him a straight.
Steve Gross has some hope. Here comes the turn card.
Well, the 4 hearts comes off. Now that gives Vivek 4 hearts. So the deuce of hearts, the 3 of hearts, and the 6 of hearts are no longer good for Steve Gross. So a bad turn card for him. Here's the river. A 5 comes off. This is going to be a split pot. Both players have 2 pair with an ace kicker. So Steve Gross, lucky to get the chop. He stays alive.
Steve Gross getting lucky. The Marlboro man sticks around. Hope you will too. We're coming back with more action from the WPT. Now Vivek Rajkumar.
Well, Vivek's picked up a big hand here. He's got ace-king on the button. Going to raise it to 125,000.
Into Darryll Fish, who has an unimpressive queen 7.
We saw Darryll 3-bet him a minute ago with a 7-deuce offsuit. And it looks like he's going to 3-bet him again with this marginal hand.
Oh, brave young guy.
Try and try again. That's his motto, but it's not going to work here, I don't think.
Greg going away.
Vivek's got ace-king.
All in.
He's moving all in.
Yep.
One game.
Nice hand.
And the fish is going to swim away very quickly after that all-in bet by Vivek.
Well, Darryll trying to make something happen there, but in the end, sometimes you got to have patience in poker, and right now, Darryll's lacking a little bit.
Darryll Fish, 25 years old. This is his 2nd WPT cash. He's going to quickly muck this one. Now it's on Greg Brooks.
He lays down the weak ace.
35-year-old Amir Lehavot. Not going to play this hand.
And Steve Gross on the short stack.
Oh, the
Only has about 500,000 left. Moving all in here with the king 10 of clubs on the button.
Carlos is folded, and look at this. Vivek with ace-jack again. Says call. We got a showdown.
Well, Vivek had him dominated last time when he had him all in with ace-jack against ace-3. Steve escaped the noose that time. He got the split pot out of it. Once again, he's up against it here. Can the guy escape again?
So excited.
Steve is a fine professional, but this could be his last legs right here.
So greedy, these kids.
Oh, comes king right on the flop.
I made ace.
10. Somebody call for a 10.
Well, Vivek needs an ace To give him the lead, a 10 would obviously give him a straight and the best hand, but right now he needs an ace or a 10. Doesn't happen as the deuce comes off on the turn. Steve Gross with a great chance to double up here if he can dodge an ace or a jack.
Steve Gross, the survivor here tonight.
Well, the king comes off. Steve has made 3 kings, and twice in a row, he's got lucky on Vivek Rajkumar to stay alive.
Oh, boy, he goes through his sycophants. I need friends. He gets big hugs.
Good hand, Steve.
Thank you.
And Steve Gross is back in this game.
Sure, over 5 million, as he said.
All right, Greg Brooks now, the 23-year-old from Wyckoff, New Jersey. He just has a 9-6, but he's getting hungry to play a pot. He has raised it to 110. Amir going out. Steve Gross also folding.
Over to Carlos Mortensen. And he picks up ace-jack here.
He's been very quiet so far tonight. Now he's just going to call.
Probably out of respect for the fact Greg is the one player at the table that has him covered in chip count.
Vivek with king-queen also calling, so we have three-way action.
And all these guys got plenty of chips. Now flop comes 7, deuce, deuce. No help to anybody.
Vivek checks.
Here's Greg with the worst hand, obviously, but got a very good flop to make a continuation bet with.
Well, he's going to do so. 260.
Well, Carlos just not buying it.
Vivek out.
He just feels like his ace-jack might be the best hand. That's why he's a 3-time WPT champ, because he's got great feel for the game. Now a 10 comes off. Gives Greg a gut shot straight draw, but really has nothing here.
Now will Greg have the guts to pull the trigger again with a nothing hand? Yes, he does. 560,000 he has bet.
Unbelievable. This 23-year-old firing into the 3-time WPT champ Carlos Mortensen with no hand.
Putting the pressure on the Matador.
I'm telling you, folks, you got ace high, you thought you might have the best hand on the flop, you call, the guy fires again. Your problem is, what if he fires a big bet on the river? What am I going to do with the ace high? In case I call here. You have to admire Carlos's poker instincts, but tough to play with just an ace high. Well, Carlos lays it down. Give Greg Brooks a lot of credit for firing another shell into the great Carlos Mortensen.
Talk about poker heart. That is Greg Brooks right now. Who is this guy?
3-year-old entrepreneur picks up 2 4s. He's going to raise it here. Makes it 135,000 to go.
Into Amir from Western Florida, folding. Steve Gross also going out.
Around to Carlos Mortensen in the big blind. Got the king-7 of spade.
How much you got?
How much is that?
No,
130.
how much you starting?
I'm glad that we're still playing the game. I have 6.15.
I just want to see how much you're going to have left.
Oh, jousting back.
Now Carlos going to make the call here. So the 2 chip leaders going at it. When the flop comes queen 4 deuce with 2 spades. The chip leader has flopped 3 4s.
I check.
Carlos has checked.
Carlos Mortensen has a spade flush draw. This could spell big trouble for the Matador.
Greg with huge hand. 3 of a kind.
Possible fireworks in the making here.
Greg not going to play it sneaky. He has bet it 185,000 and just calling is Carlos.
One guy's got a hand, one guy's got a draw. Let's see what happens.
Carlos doesn't get the spade, and 8 of hearts on the turn, and he checks again. Greg Brooks. Methodical, powerful, impressive. Bets again. 485,000. Spaniard with the 4 flush. Oh, man, he is going to do it right now. He's checked raise.
Now, those are $100,000 chips, folks, so he's bet $1 million here.
Little does he know that this man, Greg Brooks, has a real hand.
You're never getting away from 3 4s here in this situation with that board. The question is, how do you play it if you're Greg? Do you re-raise right now? Or you just make a call and let the aggressive Carlos just go ahead and hang himself on the river?
You remember that painting, American Gothic? It looks a little like this man right here with a pitchfork and his wife and the country and the farm. Okay.
He's just calling here.
Carlos is praying for a spade. Didn't get it. 10 of hearts on the river.
Whatever Carlos puts in there, he can wave goodbye to. Greg going nowhere. Carlos checks. He's essentially waving the flag here. just saying I'm not going to lose any more chips in this pot.
Greg Brooks, love that river card. He's going to put more chips. 1.6 out there. Three-time WPT champion Carlos Mortensen, just completely disappointed with this, the way it went, and he finally has to mark the hand. Greg Brooks, take it down into the pot. He extends his chip lead.
Greg Brooks played as a pro player for about 4 years. Took some time off to go back to the business world. He's come back, and he is dabbing it right now.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Effort here tonight. Down to the money pit we go. Amir Lehavot going away. Steve Gross also out.
Now Carlos has picked up a big hand. He's got 2 queens this time.
Oh, Olay. He makes it 150,000 to go. Vivek Rajkumar going to take a break.
Darryll Fish looks down at Queen 10 of spade. We've seen him 3-bet a couple times tonight with garbage hands. He got punished both times for it. He's going to get punished here if he tries it again, that's for sure.
Oh boy, swim fishy. Swim when you can.
Come on.
Oh, he's going all in.
Well, he's gone in all over the top.
Greg out, and of course Carlos has to call with the queens. And the fish is in a lot of trouble.
That's unfortunate.
He is on the hook, and he is squirming.
Well, this is the 3rd time he's tried this play. This time at least he's got some kind of hand. He knows Carlos doesn't have to have anywhere near 2 queens to raise on the button in that spot. Unfortunately for him, he's in dire straits here. But a 10 comes right on the flop. So at least he's alive to win the pot. Must catch a 10 to do it.
Yeah, the fish has possibilities here as he looks up to the heavens.
Well, an ace comes off on the turn. The fish on the hook in a big way. Can he squirm off? Gonna have to catch a 10 to do it. 6 comes off on the river. So that's gonna do it for Darryll Fish. Every time he tried to make a move, he got slapped on the wrist. This time, he got booted out of here.
Hold on.
So Darryll Fish out tonight in 6th place.
Yeah, they take home 235,000. He gave it back to Carlos, the Matador. And now he's talking to our sideline reporter, Matt Savage.
Steve Fish, you never really got anything going tonight.
No, it was kind of slow. Tried to look for some spots to re-raise and pick it up pre-flop, and apparently ran into some hands. Moved it in, tried to get a re-steal on Carlos because I assume he's going to be raising a lot there, and he happened to have a hand that had me in pretty bad shape, so no regrets really. I did my best, and that's all you can do really. So
235,000. We're going to see you at some more World Poker Tour events.
Yeah, you just might. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Back to the felt we go. Greg Brooks now with a pair of 8s.
Well, showed he's not afraid to play, that's for sure. Here he's got a hand.
Brooks has made it 135, but Amir right behind him with an ace-8.
Now, the ace-8's just a marginal hand here. But when you're seeing the guy sitting on your right continue to raise time and time again, so you know how aggressive a guy's playing, and sometimes you do just come over the top with a weak ace in that spot.
And that's what Amir has done. Makes it 325,000 to go. Folded around, back on Greg Brooks. And he has called it with the 8s.
That's ace-jack 3.
And this is beautiful for Amir. He hits his aces. And it's on Greg. He's going to check.
You re-raise with an ace-8, you flop an ace. Certainly you're going to fire at the pot, but no. Amir checks it, very puzzled by that check. And now an 8 comes off. This gives Greg 3 8s, and his opponent has aces and 8s.
Just a disaster there for Amir.
Yeah, this is trouble with a capital T for Amir here. I think he was slow playing his aces on the flop. Now he's got aces and 8s, and he is going to be heading toward whitewater very shortly.
Greg Brooks looking over at him like death warmed over. Methodical, robotic Greg Brooks. Hitting the proper card on 4th Street. And he's going to make his bet. 560,000 with a 3 of a kind. Amir probably thinks he's out in front.
Well, I'm shocked that Amir didn't raise it here, Vince. My goodness, he didn't bet with 2 aces on the flop. He doesn't raise with aces and eights on the turn. Now a 3 comes off. So if you've got aces and eights, that 3 is not really going to scare you. You're not going to think a pre-flop raiser has a 3 in his hand.
No. There's Amir, sitting duck. Greg Brooks taking his time with his full house. He's trying to figure out exactly how much he can extract from Amir. 1.7 and change.
I call.
Oh boy, Amir has made the call.
8's full. Yeah, I call.
Well, certainly going to make the call with aces and eights here. Almost surprised he didn't raise it all in there, but Greg Brooks winning a nice pot there.
Greg's parents sporting the patriotic look, rooting on his son. That is absolute devastation for Amir. He is stinging right there. Looks around to Steve Gross on the short stack. He's got Jack 10 of spades. Is he going to fire? Yes, he is. He's gone all in.
Well, he's moved all in on the button. Carlos goes out.
Only one to beat
Call.
is Vivek, and he's going to make the call with ace high, and Vivek's out in front of his hand.
Ouch.
We got ace 3 up against Jack 10.
Can Steve survive yet again?
Comes the flop.
Well, the flop comes king, king, 9. Now this gives Steve a straight draw, so he could take the lead with a 10 or a jack. He'll make the nuts if a queen comes off.
Yep, he's getting some outs as his dad roots him on. Steve Gross. Oh, he gets a spade there.
Oh my God! Come on, dude. You're the.
So Steve can now win the pot with a queen, a jack, a 10, or a spade. Must have one of those cards, but he's got a lot of outs. 4 clubs on the river, so that's going to do it for Steve Gross, the 25-year-old from Marlboro, New Jersey, out tonight in 5th place.
Marlboro Kid has to say goodnight. Picks up 304,000. And we are down to 4 players at the LAPC.
And with that, we've reached
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Okay, as you can see, Gregory Brooks, first time ever at a WPT tournament. He's our chip leader with over 9 million in chips. Our own sideline reporter, Matt Savage, is also the LAPC tournament director, so we'll be seeing a lot of him tonight.
So here we go.
And he's at 10,000 blinds of 40 and 80. Greg folding, and now Amir, the former electrical engineer. He's got a king-queen with the button.
Certainly going to raise on the button with this hand. Amir does that.
And that makes it 175,000. Carlos out. But look at this. Vivek with the queens, the ladies. What a time to get them.
Vivek slow playing the queens. I'm not normally a big fan of this. If an ace or king comes up, it might freeze you, but it doesn't as jack high comes up. So Vivek checks again. Amir's got the gut shot straight draw with the 2 overcards. Going to make the continuation bet here.
It looks like 235,000.
I can't imagine Vivek won't just set him all in here with the overpair. And that's what he's doing.
He's going to put the pressure on Amir.
Well, I think I'm pot committed.
You heard it, folks. He thinks he's pot committed, and he's going to put his chips in.
Yeah, Amir majored in electrical engineering from the University of Texas.
Thank you.
He's been running a poker training site the last 3 years. And right now, he's got to run a luck site as well if he wants to stay alive here. Needs to catch a king or a 10.
Here comes the turn.
Doesn't happen as a 4 comes off. So the electrical engineer could get short-circuited out of here in 4th place as he gets very lucky on the river and catches a king or a 10.
Vivek's parents on the rails, sweating their boy. Down to the river we go. Can Amir get lucky? Turn and turn. It's not good for Amir. The 3 of diamonds.
So that's going to do it for Amir Lehavot. The 35-year-old from Western Florida is going to be out in 4th place.
Good game. Thank you.
Yeah. $421,000 richer. Never got it rolling today, but he's one happy guy. Now he's talking to our sideline reporter, Matt Savage.
Talk about your experience a little bit.
It was a great experience. I mean, it's a very big cash for me, and I've played good the whole tournament up until, you know, the final table. So it's been great.
Congratulations, Amir.
Thank you very much.
He's first to act. He's got a queen 3.
Good enough for him to raise it. Makes it 200,000 to go.
Into Greg Brooks. He's a queen 4. Our chip leader at this point. Very aggressive player. A small blind. And he's gonna make it 6-10, Mike.
He just has tremendous radar for reading Vivek when he's got a weak hand.
Carlos out, and Vivek.
Look, when you get re-raised and you're looking down at the queen 3, you just got to give it up. Greg Brooks taking down the pot and increasing his chip stack. We shall see.
Well, it's on Carlos Mortensen. The Spaniard this time with a queen 4 of diamonds and the button.
And the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap, son.
And he's going to raise, making it $250,000. Vivek out. And now our chip leader is going to peek down at a mid-pair, pair of 7s.
He's got the kind of hand that normally you just come right over the top of a guy that raises on the button in a 3-handed game.
Yeah, apply the pressure.
We've seen him raise with hands way worse than this so far tonight.
I feel like you should be riding a bicycle somewhere, motorcycle, like a Harley.
He probably doesn't know it, but that's Carlos's hobby, is riding motorcycles.
The glass has kind of softened Greg up. He does not raise, and a flop comes up at king 10-4. Carlos gets a little piece of that pair of 4s, but that's about it. Greg is going to check his 7s.
Carlos is going to bet bottom pair here.
Yep, $350,000 with just 4s.
Well, here's the problem when you don't re-raise with a mid pair. When overcards come out there and you're checking your opponent bets, what do you do now with 2 7s?
You're right. Greg started laughing, let his guard down a little bit, didn't re-raise, and he's gotten himself into a lot of trouble.
Well, he lays it down.
Well, that could be the first mistake there for Greg Brooks. He slows down and has to pay for it.
Well, certainly, it's the first time he's lacked aggression here at this final table, and it cost him.
3 players going after close to $1.7 million in LA. Who will take down this title?
Poker Tour, and right now, Greg Brooks well out in front in terms of chip count.
And it's on him. He's got the button. He's got ace, deuce. And he's picking up raising chips. Going to make it $210,000 to go. Into 3-time WPT champion Carlos Mortensen with a queen jack.
Carlos already the all-time money winner in the history of the World Poker Tour, seeming intent on taking this guy down at some point. Will this be the time he makes the call?
And Vivek will not play his 6-3.
And there comes the flop. The flop is ace, jack 3. Carlos has flopped second pair. Greg has flopped top pair. Carlos checks.
A pair of aces there for Greg Brooks. Will he make the continuation bet? No, he's going to check.
Wow. Can camouflage the fact he's got an ace in his hand. Now a 10 comes off. Now this gives Carlos second pair and a straight draw. Because his opponent checked on the flop, he thinks the jacks are the best hand right now, so he's going to bet. But notice he just bet $85,000 into a pot that has over $500,000 in it. So Carlos trying to find out where he's at, but not jeopardizing much money to do so.
And Greg gonna okie dokie call him with aces. Nice pot building up. Down to the river we go.
Well, a deuce comes off. Now this gives Greg aces up.
Oh, but he's got the Spaniard on the fish line.
Well, Carlos gonna make another feeler bet of $85,000. This time into the pot that's got $700,000 in it. Well, because it's such a small bet, Greg very aware that he's got the best hand right now with aces and deuces.
Gonna try to milk the Spaniard. He's popping it back up, makes it $800,000 in total.
And now Carlos should realize all he can beat is a stone bluff here. There's 2 possible straights out there. He could have been slow playing a bigger hand all along. But Carlos goes with his gut. He calls with marginal hands if he thinks he's got the best hand. Here he's just misjudged his opponent.
Super.
He makes the call, and it's going to cost him.
Carlos deeply disappointed. He fell into the quicksand, and he just can't get out.
Well, Vince, even the best of the best misread their opponents on occasion.
Yes, they do, and that's going to extend Greg Brooks' chip stack. He is just rolling over these guys. He's got them guessing. Going to Carlos, who's got to be heated up a little bit. A little bit of tilt factor, perhaps, and this time he makes it 200,000 with a king-jack.
Can't blame him for raising on the button with this hand. Vivek, however, with king-queen in the small blind, is going to make the call.
Greg Brooks is going to peek down at a 6-4 of clubs. He's already in the big blind. Going to cost him a little bit more to speculate, and he will do just that.
He can afford to make this call, getting a good price to do so. So here we go, three-way action. Now flop comes jack 5-3.
Uh-oh.
Carlos is taking the lead with 2 jacks. Vivek is going to check the king-queen, but notice Greg Brooks' hand. He's got the open-end straight draw and the flush draw. This is the biggest drawing hand that you can flop, and he is going to bet 380,000.
Now Carlos has a problem because he's got top pair with a big kicker. He's going to get aggressive. He moves it up to 800,000 to go. Vivek's out.
Well, you can't blame Carlos. Just not going to put his opponent on ace-king, ace-queen, any of those kind of hands. So thinks his 2 jacks are going to be the best hand.
All in.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, Greg Brooks has gone all in. Carlos quickly calls him.
Sure does.
Just believes his 2 jacks are the best hand. Indeed, they are right now. But notice that mathematically, Greg is the favorite to win this pot because he has such a big drawing hand. He needs a club, a deuce, or a 7, and he's got 2 cards to catch either one of those things.
He does that. He'll be knocking out the dream of 3-time WPT champion Carlos Mortensen of becoming a 4-time record-breaking WPT champion. Will the young man from Wyckoff, New Jersey, do just that? Here comes the turn.
Well, the board pairs 5s. Carlos's tournament life on the line here. He's got to have the 2 jacks stand up if he wants to capture his 4th WPT title tonight.
It is coming down to this card.
Oh, it's a 10 of clubs. Oh! So that's going to do it for the Matador. And Vince, you'd have to say that the bull at this table, which is Greg Brooks, just gored the Matador right out of here.
Well, the Spaniard stabs himself with the sword. He'll take home over 640,000 for his 3rd place finish. And right now, he's down talking to Matt Savage.
What's going through your mind right now?
Things like that can happen, right? So you need a little bit of luck to win. Maybe a lot of luck. Unfortunately for me, tonight wasn't my day.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With 0 tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Over Vivek Rajkumar, but recognize that if Vivek doubles up 1 time, he'll be in chips.
Yeah.
Gotta go have a slight lead, in fact.
Lines are still 40 and 80,000. $10,000 ante. Here we go. The heads-up battle beginning. And the action goes to Vivek, who's got the button. He's got king 9, and he's going to raise. Makes it 210,000 to go. Into Greg Brooks, who has a jack, deuce of hearts.
He has stayed ever aggressive so far at this final table against Vivek. Been sitting behind him all night, coming over the top of him, 3-betting him seemingly every single time. He's caught Vivek with a very marginal hand and doing it again here with just a jack deuce. But Vivek is going to make the call this time and at least see a flop. Here comes that flop. 8-7-5. Gives Vivek a gut shot straight draw. No help, obviously, to Greg Brooks, but as you can see, he's reaching for chips. He's going to make that continuation bet.
Yeah, he certainly is. Looks like 740 going to the middle of the pot. Vivek now with the inside straight draw. He's going to stick around.
Vivek going to call with the gut shot straight draw. So big pot brewing here. Now a deuce comes off. This actually gives Greg the best hand now with 2 deuces. But when you bet on a flop like that and your opponent calls, you're not proud of deuces. He's going to check them.
Will Vivek take a stab? No, he checks as well. Down to the river we go.
Now another deuce comes off. So 3 deuces for Greg. And notice the poker face did not flinch when that 3rd deuce came off.
Talk about a hand turning into something.
I'm all in.
Whoa.
Well, he's gone all in
He says
here.
all in?
He's just hoping Vivek has a big pair. But Vivek has nothing, so he lays his hand down.
Well, if he had a big pair, he'd be betting it earlier, though. So I think that was miscalculated. Overbet that. And right there, he's going to take the pot, but I think he left a little something on the table.
Well, even the best get picked off first base on occasion.
Rare to see the Matador mumble to himself, but he did it just there.
Yes, the whole dynamics of this match would change if Vivek could double up one time. I can assure you. He'll have confidence, he'll have pep in his step, and the other guy will take a big hit for the first time.
All right, well, the action going to Greg Brooks. Everything going right for him tonight so far this time. He has a king 10 of spades. Gonna raise to 230. Vivek, though, with a legit pair of 8s, gonna re-raise. Makes it 720,000.
Greg's gonna make the call and see a flop here.
So another big pot, Mike.
Well, indeed it is. Both players fighting for seemingly every pot.
Well, the flop comes up, Queen, Jack, 7. Action on Vivek. He's gonna check his pair of 8s. Greg with a flush draw and a straight draw, Mike.
Last time he had the flush draw and the straight draw, he eliminated Carlos Mortensen from this tournament.
That's right.
Could the same thing happen here to Vivek?
Well, Greg is going to bet 540.
Now, this is the problem when you check 2 8s. You don't know what to do when your opponent bets when there's 2 overcards out there. Vivek is going to make the call.
Check.
Checks in the dark.
Not a fan of this play.
5 of diamonds on the turn. Helps neither player.
You know, for the most part, Vince, if you're going to check and call somebody, you're far better off betting to start with. Now, Vivek checked and called on the flop. He's checked in the dark on the turn.
All in.
And an all-in bet by Greg Brooks here. And this is going to put Vivek to the test of his life. His tournament life is on the line. His hopes for capturing a 2nd WPT title are on the line as well.
Greg Brooks has applied all the pressure. Tough to make this call for Vivek.
Let me tell you something. The 2 8s, as we call them, snowmen in the trade, have just melted down to virtually nothing here when your opponent moves all in. Your tournament life on the line, 2 overcards out there. What do you do here with 2 8s?
All right, I call.
Whoa! Wow, he has made the call. And he is out in front with the 2 8s, but what a bold call it was, but he's far from being out of the woods. Notice that Greg can win this spot with an ace, a king, a 10, a 9, or any spade.
Vivek Rajkumar with his buddy Darryll Fish. Can Vivek do it here? Yes, he's done it with 4 of hearts. Brooks did not hit. Vivek's going to take down this one.
Well, I'll tell you, not many players would make that call with 2 8s in that spot for your tournament life. Vivek Rajkumar did it.
Well, the tough call pays off for Vivek. We have a horse race here at the Commerce Casino tonight. And the action goes to Vivek, and he's going to raise with a 5 deuce. Greg Brooks, first time ever at a WPT tournament. He's the chip leader still. He has king 9 in his hand.
He makes the call. These players are not that far off in chip counts right now. 11 million to 9.4 million.
Here comes the flop.
Their flop, ace, 7, 4, 2 diamonds.
Helps neither player. Greg's going to check.
Gives Vivek a gut shot straight draw, but really there's no hand at all here. But it's enough for him to bet with. 350,000.
Greg Brooks out of Wyckoff, New Jersey.
Can you believe this? He's calling with just king high, Vince. It's like he's got radar. When Vivek has a weak hand, he plays it.
Turn card.
Deuce comes off. Vivek has made 2 deuces, but 3 diamonds on the board now.
He's going to check again. And Vivek catching a card. Checks. Down to the river we go.
Well, an 8 comes off. So now a possible straight, possible flush out there. A lot of stuff. Greg just has king high, remember.
Wow. methodical. Greg Brooks getting chips out to steal this pot. He is going to try 800,000.
He's going to win it. Whoa! Can't call the guy with two deuces when he calls you on the flop. Nothing you can beat with deuces. Vivek mucks his hand, but give credit to Greg. That was an amazing call on the flop, in my opinion there, Vince. No hand, no draw, just called him with the king high, then bet 800,000 on the river and took down the pot.
All right, back to the table. The gambling pretty big here. Vivek Rajkumar, WPT champion, has ace-king. He's going to raise, makes it 250 to go. Into the cash game player, Greg Brooks.
We've seen Greg come over the top and 3-bet with other hands against Vivek. This time he opts to just call with the 10-7 of spade and see a flop.
Okay, first 3 cards.
The flop has come jack, 4 deuce, all spades. This could spell big, big trouble for Vivek here. His opponent has flopped a flush, and he's got the king high flush draw.
Brooks is going to come out and bet 375.
Well, when you're a pre-flop raiser and the guy leads out on the flop and bets into you, you're always scratching your head saying, why is he betting out? He knows I'm going to bet if he checks. This doesn't make sense. Vivek makes the call.
Usually the sign of a weaker hand.
And now a king comes off to spell bigger trouble for Vivek. He now has top pair with top kicker and the king high flush draw. If Greg leads out here, Vivek could well put himself all in.
And look at this. Greg is going to bet 950. And now it's on young Vivek, 24 years old. Will he come back over the top? No, just going to call.
That may save him some money here. If he doesn't hit a spade. Well, over $3 million in the pot right now. 6 of clubs. A non-eventful card comes off on the river.
So Vivek not hitting his flush. Of course, Greg had his flush from the flop.
Now, this bet size is going to be healthy. That's about 2.4 million he set out there.
Oh.
Not much.
It's almost impossible to get away from
2.4?
kings with an ace kicker.
I don't say I can get away from this.
4, 5. 4, 5 million.
I call.
Well, Vivek has made the call.
Greg had the flush.
A little reluctantly, but you can't blame him. I don't know anybody who could get away from that hand in that spot.
Not at all.
So Greg Brooks going to take
Bucket.
down a pot that has over $8 million in it. And once again, he has a substantial chip lead.
Everything going the way for Greg Brooks. We'll be right back with more action from the World Poker Tour in just a few moments.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Greg's got about a 3-1 chip lead. Let's see what happens from here.
All right, to the felt we go. Greg Brooks now with a jack deuce and the button. He's going to get aggressive, makes it 300,000 with that hand.
Shows you how aggressive both these guys are. They came to this final table as the 2 youngest players left in the tournament, and here they are battling it out for this title.
Well, Vivek doesn't pop it with ace. And he catches an ace just like that. Ace jack 4 on the flop. And Greg Brooks, of course, catches jacks.
Vivek is going to check his 2 aces. Greg is going to bet the 2 jacks, 400,000.
Now this would be the time possibly for Vivek to pop this. Check raise. You got the aces. Want to find out where you are. Didn't raise before the flop, and now he's just going to smooth call.
I'm just going to call again. Now a 9 comes off.
That card helps neither player. Vivek first. He's going to check again.
Now this time Greg checks right behind him.
Slows down.
Now an 8 comes off. So there's a possible straight out there, but it's a backdoor straight. Again, Vivek checks. That's by this time. Greg probably thinks his 2 jacks are the best hand.
Well, Vivek keeps soft playing those aces, checks all the way through.
He's not going to put his opponent on an ace because he didn't raise before the flop. He didn't raise on the flop. He checked the turn, he's checked the river.
This is pretty much of an auto call.
I call.
For a jack.
Greg says the jack like he thinks he has a winner.
Well, he was betting for value there, Vince.
Yep.
If he thought it was close, or he might not have the best hand, he just checked it down where it wouldn't have cost him any money. He absolutely thought the 2 jacks was the best hand, and it's hard not to think that way, the way Vivek played that hand.
Sure.
At this final table, he came back raising Vivek with no hand, nothing, trying to steal his money. That's how you treat your friends on the poker table.
All part of the game. All right, back to the heads-up action. Greg Brooks now with just a 3 deuce. Gonna raise it. He doesn't care what he has. Makes it 300,000 to go. And Vivek has called with queen deuce of hearts.
Well, flop comes 6, 5 deuce. Vivek out in front because he has the bigger kicker right now, but Greg Brooks has the pair and the straight draw.
They both got deuces and they both check. Turn card coming up.
And a 4 comes off.
Oh boy.
How good is Greg Brooks running? Flopping flushes, making straights.
Well, he's got the straight this time. Now what will Vivek do? Intelligently he checks. And here comes the bet. Looks like 450,000 with Greg Brooks' straight.
Well, can Vivek get away from this hand? Remember, his opponent didn't bet on the flop, so you're not going to put him on a 6 or a 5. Would he really bet 2 4s in that spot? You might think he just got a 7 in his hand. Maybe he's got a straight draw.
Well, he's getting very invested, and a 10 of diamonds helps neither player on the river. Vivek checking again. This could become very costly. Now Greg, with a huge hand here, has to think about what is the right amount I can take from my friend Vivek. You don't want to blow him out of the water. You don't want to underbet. This is an art in itself, and look at that. I think that's an overbet, 1.8 million.
It's a large bet, more than what's in the pot. And sometimes overbets trap your opponents, but not this time with Vivek. Just too much, and just you wonder, Vince, had he bet a smaller amount like you suggested, chances are he might have got paid off.
Well, I don't wonder. We know he would have been paid off, but 2 players remain going for this title in LA. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour.
He'll be moving in, trying to win a big pot here, get back in the thick of things.
Vivek going after his 2nd WPT title. Action on Greg.
Well, that's incredibly. Whether he started with the best hand or not, Greg Brooks has virtually made the best hand every hand in this heads-up battle so far.
Well, Greg Brooks makes it 325,000 with an 8-7.
Well, Vivek picks up the seed of connectors, the jack-10 of hearts, and makes the call. Now flop comes 7-3 deuce. And again, Greg has outflopped him as he flops top pair.
Yeah, Vivek checks. Greg with a pair of 7s, top pair. Things just going his way. This time he's going to bet 400,000. Nothing happening for Vivek.
And because the guy raised pre-flop, you're just not going to put him on much of that flop. But Vivek has nothing himself, just a jack and a 10.
I go all in.
Whoa, he's going all in with jack high. Vince, I'm not sure Greg is going to get away from this hand. He's got the chips to make the call. He's got top pair. He knows the only way he can have the worst hands if his opponent was slow playing a big pair to start with. That could be the case, though.
Well, this would be a solid call by Greg. He'd be well out in front and a big favorite to win his first WPT title. He's making the call.
Well, he's made the call with the 2-7. Vivek is going to have some help to win this pot. 2 runners to make a straight, 2 hearts to make a flush, or a jack or a 10.
Greg Brooks got Vivek pinned.
Well, as the cards lie, as you can see, Greg about a 72% favorite to win this pot and take this title.
Vivek's chances of becoming a 2-time WPT champ on the ropes right now. Needs to get lucky with 2 cards to come.
Well, you're right, Vince. Got to talk to the poker gods right now if you're Vivek Rajkumar, or you're going to have to wait on that 2nd WPT title.
Here it comes.
Well, a deuce comes up, so we are down to the river. Vivek must catch a jack or a 10. Nothing else will do for him.
Can he pull off the upset special? Here it comes. He needs a jack or a 10.
It's an ace. That is going to do it. The 23-year-old from Wyckoff, New Jersey has done it, Vince. He started in 4th chip position. He has taken down the title, and deservedly so.
23-year-old Gregory Brooks is our champion. He has upset this field of 681.
Well,
spectacular.
Good sport. Vivek going over to congratulate him. This kid played great poker all night long. Well deserved this title.
So Greg kissing his mother and father. He is close to $1.7 million richer. Congratulations. What a night.
Vivek, not a win, but over 900,000. What's your thoughts on the whole week?
I mean, the whole week has been amazing. I've run so good to get here. I feel blessed that I got second. Heads up was a little bit painful. I didn't have many hands that connected. He seemed to be playing pretty well, you know, connecting with flop. So, I mean, I think it was tough heads up, but I got really lucky to get here so far.
A lot of amazing fans and friends here watching you guys.
Lots and lots of friends. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
And here's to the champion of the LA Poker Classic. From Wyckoff, New Jersey, Greg Brooks. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
In 9 years on the World Poker Tour, we've been asked one question more than any other. Tonight, that question gets answered only on the WPT.
Welcome, Tony. Thank you, Vince. Good to be here. We're here watching our chip leaders Stephen Kelly and Alan Sternberg. We've got about a 10-1 chip advantage over our short stacks, Mike Sexton and Casey McCarrell.
And tonight the winner's going to take home over $1 million. All right, Andy's are going to be 3,000. Blinds are 10 and 20,000. To the felt we go, Casey McCarrell, the local here, on a pretty short stack, quickly folds, and now Mike Matusow, 5 times at a World Poker Tour final table, also folding, but here is the man of the moment.
I'm all in.
And look at this. My man Mike Sexton with a pair of 5 says all in.
The lower flush draws are really enjoying that move in by Mike Sexton, and I like it a lot myself.
Sternberg and Vivek out, and now Stephen Kelly, the chip leaders, had a pair of deuces. But no, Stephen releases his hand. Chalk one up for the WPT. Mike Sexton taking the top.
They didn't shut me out, Benny. They didn't shut me out.
No, they didn't. You got away with that one. Back to the felt we go. The next hand on Mike Matusow, and he's got a pair of jacks.
And he's starting his hand over 100 big blinds effective himself, so he's real deep too.
Right.
And he's going to raise, makes it 46,000 to go. Mike Sexton with ace-9 of clubs, quickly folding.
Decides not to get sneaky with a re-steal after just jamming in the last hand.
And now the young guy from Belmore, New York, Alan Sternberg with a jack-10 of diamonds. Look at this, he's going to re-raise.
Surprised he's re-raising here. A lot of people elect to just call with the jack-10 suited. I don't hate a 3-bet, but generally people lean with a call.
Vivek out, Stephen Kelly not playing. Also on the short stack, Casey McCarrell, the local here. He's going away, so back on the mouth. Now, what is he going to do? 43 years old, out of Vegas now. Mike the mouth just going to call.
Yeah, I like his call here, Vince. I think it's a bit ambitious to 4-bet and try and get it all in against Allen pre-flop.
Well, the flop comes up king 5-4. Matusow sick, thinking maybe this guy has a king. He checks.
Very surprised to see Allen check back. It's such a great board to go ahead and continuation bet.
And now at 3, helps neither player on the turn. And Matusow thinking, this guy would have bet if he had king, so I'm going to bet now with my jacks. Yeah. 165,000.
Looks like a value bet for Matusow. I think he believes at this point that Allen's probably got some kind of showdown value under that king, so he's taking a shot at getting some money in it.
Allen is an online player, got in this tournament through a $600 satellite, and he is going to release the hand. Mike Matusow showing the pair of jacks.
Stranger played hand, like either a call pre-flop or a bet on the flop, but you must think that Matusow's only calling the 3-bet with big hands.
So the 2 champion players, Matusow and Sexton, off to a good start. Can this be Mike Sexton's night? We will see. Folded around to Alan Sternberg. Allen The small blind has a king 6 of spades. He's going to call. Now Vivek Rajkumar, WPT champion.
Yeah. Alan elects to go for a limp. Vivek states that he has no tolerance for limps.
Yeah, he's raised it. Makes it 70,000 to go with just a 5-3.
Alan has no tolerance for intolerance in his lips.
He's called. So here we go with the flop, and look at this. 3 clubs on the flop, 8-6-4. Sternberg with 6 is going to check. And Vivek with an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw also checks.
By checking behind, Vivek prevents himself from getting check raised off a hand with good drawing equity.
9 of diamonds on the turn, helps neither player. And now Sternberg with the 6s. He bets 56,000.
Vivek seems to be debating between raising or calling. Goes with the call.
Down to the river we go. Jack of hearts helping neither player.
I think at this point, Alan probably gives credit to Vivek for having the hand that more likely has showdown value than is actually still drawing.
Alan checking here.
And Vivek is aware that there's a number of speculative hands in Alan's range that could not have connected, but would win if he allows them to just go to showdown, because Vivek essentially has the worst possible hand.
Vivek with absolutely zip and pip, nothing. 5 high, going to put in a bet of 105,000.
That's right. He's betting 105 into 270, which really looks like a value bet to someone like Alan.
It does. This would be a sensational call by the New Yorker. But no, he can't take the heat. He has folded. Vivek Rajkumar, WPT champion, taking down his pot. Right now, the action's been folded around to Casey McCarrel, the local. Goes away. Mike the Mouth Matusow.
Find something playable on the button.
Yep, a king-jack.
Of course, almost everything's playable on the button these days.
That is so true. And he's going to raise.
I'm all in.
And Mike Sexton going all in with the king-queen right behind him.
Natural move here, Vince. He's on the short stack. He's against an aggressive player on the button. King-queen plays very well against the button raising range.
Allen out, and that would be a great opportunity for Mike Sexton if Matusow should call.
Fingers crossed, hoping for that call.
130. I call.
And he is going to call. Sexton has got the action he wants.
He's not sure about it until he sees the hand. Then he's going to be a real happy guy.
Let's take a look at his expression.
Oh, how sweet it is.
I said I'm behind. I told you I was behind.
Not by much, Joe.
What can I do? I have to call.
Yeah, obviously.
I was hoping to have like 9-10. I would rather
Important to
have 9-10.
note here, it's a correct call by Matusow for only 169,000 more.
Not the best shape I could be in here.
All right, Sexton still has to sweat out 5 cards. Here come the first 3. And it's a good one for Mike Sexton. Ace 8-4. So Sexton in a great place to double
Turn the
up.
board twice, we can chop it.
And here comes the turn card. Beautiful, a deuce of hearts.
One more card to fade here, Vince. I like his chances.
Can he do it? This would be a great double up for Sexton. The Hall of Famer, down to the river. Just horrendous. Mike Sexton getting bounced out of here as a jack turns up on the river.
What can you say, Vince?
Well, I'm sickened by that. Mike the Mouth Matusow has knocked out our buddy Mike Sexton. He'll be our 6th place finisher. What an awful beat. Mike takes home 148,000. A lot of respect from the poker world. Oh, worse than that, he has to sign a T-shirt now, Tony.
It's a very awkward moment when you've been eliminated from the tournament. You're sitting there signing the T-shirt, but he's such a good sport about it.
He's a bounty, and he's been knocked out. Matusow gets 5,000 in addition.
I like that they count out the 5K in front of you in a very taunting manner.
Oh, boy, this is a horrible beat there for our buddy Mike Sexton. And right now he's talking to Matt Savage.
Terrible way to go there, that jack on the river.
Yeah, it's a tough beat, but that's poker, as they say. And, you know, I was a short stack anyway. Even if I double up, I still got a long way to go. But, you know, I had a little hope there if I'd won that pot. But unfortunately, it didn't go my way.
All right, what are you going to do now? You going to get back in the booth?
I'm not sure yet. I think I'm going to stop at the bar first and then figure out what I'm going to do from there. But I think I'm going to let those guys handle it tonight. And they're doing a good job so far. So I may just take the 9 off.
I think they said a couple of nice things about you. Good luck to you, Mike.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Quiet Mike looks down at a Jack-8. He elects to fold. New Yorker Alan Sternberg with a Jack-8 as well. Won't play that junk.
I certainly don't think we're going to see an internet player like Vivek pass up a lot of opportunities to raise an ace on the button.
Oh, he's doing it. 55,000 to go, and now the chip leader, Stephen Kelly, with Jack-10.
Stephen's been pretty quiet thus far.
A former waiter.
Aren't we all?
Looks like he's finally going to get on board and do something.
Pick kind of a smart spot to get a bit out of line against Vivek here.
Oh, he's going to raise it. Makes it 140,000. And now Casey McCarrel, who's on the extreme short stack with an ace-queen of hearts.
Can't imagine he has as many moves available to him other than the obvious one. And
fire away.
Yep.
All right, I get to see what you have, I guess.
Vivek out.
You'll notice the Vivek states, I get to see what you have, Steven, because he knows he's going to have to make a pot odds call.
I mean, I know I'm behind, but I can't really fold. I'm hoping you have ace-king. Well, I'm calling. I call.
Oh, he is going to call. Yes, he's made the right call. He was priced in, and he's behind at this moment. And Casey McCarrel, Lafayette, California, 29 years old, in a good place to double up.
Way out in front, just needs to hold up here. Or flop ace deuce deuce.
Out of black ace.
Casey McCarrel, the hood goes off. Big favorite here in San Jose. Here's the flop.
Right in the window.
Oh, a 10, just like that. Stephen Kelly has outflopped Casey McCarrel with the 10s.
2 more cards to come.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Kelly's family loving this right now. Big opportunity. Here comes the turn card. King of hearts on the turn.
Absolute dream card for Casey, giving him all kinds of...
Can I win one flip? Can I win one flip this tournament?
Vince, this creates the possibility of seeing a royal flush. And not just a girl.
A lot of outs for this young guy. The local, he can't look. Hey, Casey, get lucky. Here's the river cards. No, it's a 7 of clubs. And that's going to wrap it up for Casey McCarrel.
Yeah, total drift on the river. Nothing he can do there with that hand in that position pre-flop. I think he played it perfect.
Well, he's going to pick up $221,000 for his 5th place effort.
Yeah, good to see a local guy come out here, get a lot of support. This is a great thing for Bay 101.
So not to be for Casey McCarrel. He cannot catch that last card. We're down to 4th place. We're coming back with more action from the Bay 101 Shooting Star in just a moment on the WPT. All right, 4 players remain here tonight.
Like 50 and 100,000 blinds right now. Now we would talk.
Mike Madison starting to talk a little bit. Action's on him. And he's going to fold a jack deuce.
I just want to see which one of you 3 idiots blow up first.
Friendly as usual.
Let's make bet. Let's bet 10,000 which idiot blows up first, Larry, Moe, or Curly.
Now, the problem with making that reference here is all of his opponents are too young to understand it.
All right, well, Allen is raised with a 9-8, and Vivek behind him with a king-jack has bumped it. Stephen Kelly, though, the chip leader with an ace-deuce.
Naturally, his decision here is either 4-bet or fold. He can never just call the 3-bet.
3 blind mice, see how they run.
Whoa. Look at these guys. He's going to raise. He makes it $390,000 to go. The New Yorker Allen out.
Yeah, I got to point out, Vince, I think this is a great spot to make this 4-bet. He risks $390K, and considering Vivek started the hand with $2 million, he essentially puts him to a decision for his entire stack. We know how capable Vivek is of getting out of line in those spots.
Vivek has folded.
Oh, wait, $200 a show.
$200?
$200.
But he says, I'll pay you
200.
200 cash
All right.
if you show me. And Stephen Kelly's going to show him.
You think it's worth $200 to show there?
For $200 he's giving me.
Side action to the table. Moths coming out of the wallet of Vivek's.
Yeah, all right, sure, Vivek. Keep showing off that you have $200 to your name.
Stephen is going to give the cash to his parents.
I'll give you 100 of that later.
What a nice guy.
I'll give you 100 of that later.
All right.
Oh, they're bringing the props out here at the Bay 101. What a fan base Stephen Kelly, 21-year-old, has here. Family and friends rooting him on. Everything's going his way so far tonight.
But a very smart and aggressive game. You know, not a spewy, crazy aggressive game, but he just picks those spots and he goes after guys.
Stephen Kelly with the quick fold. Mike the Mouth.
When they see a film of these cards, they're going to ask what happened.
And Alan Sternberg going to raise with the pair of 6s. Right behind him, Vivek with the ladies. What a time to get him.
And considering that we recently saw Vivek 3-bet and then have to fold against Alan Sternberg, though the 4-bet came from Stephen Kelly, he's got the kind of image here to go ahead and just 3-bet his big hands and hope to get some action.
Well, Vivek's raised, makes it 160. Back on Alan. Alan is an online player, mainly. He used to work at a record store. You can almost smell the incense coming from his sweatshirt.
He does have that John Cusack vibe about him.
All right, well, he's called this. So we got ladies up against sixes and a flop. Oh, and just like that, 3 of a kind for Alan Sternberg as an ace-6-5 hits on the flop, and he's going to trap. He's going to check.
Yeah, massive flop here for Alan. And it's on a board where he can anticipate Vivek firing at least one, possibly multiple barrels, either as a bluff or for value if he's got the ace himself.
Well, Vivek is going to make the continuation bet, even though he's sickened that an ace has flopped.
Very small continuation bet from Vivek. It's the kind of flop where you can make a small continuation bet because most of your opponent's decisions are going to be straightforward.
And now Alan has the decision. Do you check raise? Do you just call? Oh, but Alan's going to repop it.
Yeah, notice his hand was actually shaking a little bit, which is normally a sign of a player having a monster, and it came out a little bit as he extended his chips into the pot.
Well, let's see if Vivek will notice that. Now, you got an ace on the board. Vivek just has queens. It's been raised to 277. And Vivek, a great laydown if you could. No, but he is going to call.
Yeah, I don't blame Vivek for calling here either, actually, as blind versus blind.
Oh!
Ooh, wow.
A queen on the turn. What a card for Vivek. 3 of a kind now for him.
Yeah.
This is going to be tremendous. And out comes the 3 sixes, 475 by Alan. Little does he know what a monster Vivek just turned. And Vivek's going to rope him in. Wow. Just calling.
Yeah, Vivek thinks that Alan either has a monster, which he does, or some kind of bluff, and wants him to have the opportunity to keep betting.
Look at this. River, a queen. Not that he needed it.
Just gets better and better.
4 of a kind for Vivek.
And I just can't see any way that Alan doesn't get stacked here. I mean, it's a total cooler of a hand. But
6 is full. Alan has.
We know the trap he's about to walk into, and there's nothing he could do. I mean, he could practically turn both hands over, and he'd still end up stacking off.
This is just sickening for the 25-year-old Alan from New York. And he says all in.
Did he say I'm all in?
Yes.
I call.
That's right, Vivek.
Wow, and Alan's mouth is just agape when he sees his hand.
That is the nightmare of all nightmares. For poor Alan. Vivek Rajkumar doubling up. Stay tuned. We got more exciting action for Bay 101 as we continue. We're coming right back.
Unbelievable.
King in 30. Vivek with a quick fold. And now Stephen Kelly.
Can't imagine he'll pass an opportunity to raise a hand like Queen 8 suited on the button.
Well, he's done it. He's made it 70,000 with his Queen 8. Mike the Mouth Matusow. He has an ace-6 and a decision.
Very quiet pre-flop play from Matusow thus far today.
Right.
So when he picks the spot, the 3-bet light here, I gotta say I really like it. He's got the image to pull this off, plus he's got an ace, which is a blocker to any big hands that Steven might have.
Yeah, well, he's made it 175, and now hard luck Alan Sternberg, who just took a torturous blow against Vivek. Just a Jack-10. And look at this. Gutsy re-raise.
Not slowing down.
440 to go. Well, the former waiter, Stephen Kelly, spills the drink, folds.
And now what Mike's got to decide here is whether Alan's capable of getting out of line after losing that huge hand. Is he thinking, is he on tilt and he's going to try and splash around some chips? Or after taking a beat like that, is he going to tighten up and only put a bunch of chips in when he's really happy?
Matusow with the decision now with just ace-6. They got about the same amount of chips. Over 2 million, and Mike Matusow's going to lay down the hand. What a nice play by Alan Sternberg.
Yeah, nicely executed.
Can you ship it on me if I 4-bet? On you, yeah. I had already made up my mind on that. I had a big hand, man.
Matusow saying he had a big hand. Back to his lying ways.
Yeah, we know better than that.
All right, to the table we go. These guys are playing fast. Action on Stephen Kelly. He puts his glasses on, and he goes out. Mike Matusow with a Queen 3 in the button, won't play this. And here's the thief of Belmore with a pair of 4s, just calling.
Again, opting for a limp out of the small blind.
Vivek with just a 5-deuce, nothing hand.
Vivek as intolerant to small blind limps as he's ever been.
He's gonna raise it, makes it 105. And Allen is gonna call it. Here's the flop. And it's a king 8-4, 3 of a kind for Alan Sternberg. Flop the set.
Alan's really good at flopping sets blind versus blind.
He's gonna check it again, trying to trap Vivek. Will Vivek bite with his nothing hand? Yes.
Vivek bets 150,000.
Wasting 150,000 to bet.
Yeah, certainly he's going to bet a texture like this when he raises blind versus blind, anticipates that Allen's mostly going to check fold.
Oh,
but not today.
Sternberg is not going to let him get away with just that. He makes it 400,000 to go with his set.
Yet again, we see Allen check raising a set on a blind versus blind pot and a very dry board.
What is going on here? Vivek getting involved deeper. He's called this.
Yeah, Vivek's doing here is known as a float. He's calling with a hand that really has no potential to win by showing down and anticipates bluffing on future streets.
Well, a 10 of clubs, no help to either player. Allen gonna check again. Gonna throw some more rope out to the young man from Seattle, Washington, Vivek Rajkumar.
And I think if Vivek bets here, it's probably not going to be very large because we already know that he's bluffing. And if he thinks that Allen was bluffing on the flop, it shouldn't take very much to make him fold.
Oh, it's painful. He's your buddy, of course.
Yep.
He's betting again.
Here's how well I know him. Fires in about a third pot.
320, but back over the top by Alan Sternberg. 825, and Vivek has got to be sick about that.
Ever rare double check raise. Executed nicely here by Sternberg.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. Vivek Rajkumar feigning like he's going to come back over the top.
1.5?
We know he's going to run out of here.
A little over. Closer to 1.6, I think.
What a time to take a stab.
It's ridiculous.
Creative. It's brilliant.
This
but it didn't work.
Show the bluff.
I'm impressed by this final table. They are playing fast and they're playing bold.
Sounds like a machine fighting back.
I've been really impressed with the play of Alan Sternberg. He's kept things together and he's still looking good here tonight. And we've got a very deep, slow structure that will allow him to make some gains or have someone else take control of the amount of aggressive thinking poker we've got left tonight.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Thank you, Kimberly. As you can see, 4 players remain, and the chip leader is young Stephen Kelly, 21 years old, with 4.5 million in chips. Winner's going to take home over $1 million. The raw deals. Tony Dunst here. Tony, you having a good time?
Absolutely, Vince. Great to be here. And every single player left at this table has over 60 big blinds. So we're not going to see any more just get it in pre-flop, jam it in, hope I don't get called scenarios, but a lot more guys 3-betting, 4-betting.
Well, here we go. Action goes to Mike the Mouth Matusow, and he picks up ace-10.
Raise.
And he's going to raise, makes it 70,000 to go into the New Yorker, Alan Sternberg.
How much are you playing, Mike?
1.8.
He's got a pair of 4s, and he's going to make the call. WPT champion Vivek Rajkumar folding, and our chip leader Stephen Kelly also out. To the flop we go. And the flop comes up 9-9 king.
Pretty good-looking flop for Allen. He knows that Mike is probably going to bet that flop a lot, but also is going to bet that flop every time he didn't connect with it.
He is making the continuation bet, 85,000. Alan Sternberg going to stick around with the 4s. Turn card, 6 of clubs.
Pretty safe card all around for Allen.
Matusow fire again. No, he slows down. Gonna check.
Yeah, I don't like double barreling here. I like him going ahead and checking.
And look who's going to bet now. Alan Sternberg with the 4s.
Fires in about a third pot to sort of protect his hand. So a lot of overcards could actually end up connecting for Matusow.
Yeah, but wow. Matusow not going anywhere. In fact, he's going to raise. Makes it 325,000.
Not a big fan of this re-raise, Vince. I really don't feel he's representing very many hands here. You wouldn't check raise a king most of the time on this turn, so it's basically a huge hand or nothing.
Now, Allen with just a pair of 4s.
Allen also not convinced.
No, he's not. Nice call by Allen. Down to the river we go. It's a 3 of hearts, helps neither player.
It's a total brick for river, so whatever Allen's calling with, unless it's a big draw, it's still safe on the river. So I hope that Mike doesn't follow through with this one. I think he should abandon ship.
Oh boy, you can't kick him under the table here because he is betting. $500,000 goes out.
I so don't believe this.
Yeah, and again, I'm not a fan of this bet here, Vince. By betting $500,000 into a pot of $1 million, he's laying Alan Sternberg 3-1 to make a call in a spot where he's not really representing very many hands.
You could be bluffing with a better hand than I have.
Is Allen onto it? He made a great call on the turn. Matusow would just love him to just fold. He'd feel so good about this. Will Allen comply?
Sixes, maybe?
Allen used to work in a record store.
Was it 500?
And now he's playing poker on TV for millions. Whoa, he's making a great call. Matusow turns up his measly ace-10.
And this is a problem when you try and run a bluff line where you're representing a very narrow range of hands. People who are willing to call down and think about what you're holding and representing simply aren't going to believe it.
Was that the blow-up? Was that the acclaimed Mike Matusow blow-up? I think that was it. I think that was a blow-up.
Rubbing salt in the wound.
Oh boy. Don't tap on the fish tank.
How do you do that? You played him like a fiddle. A fiddle. Wow. That was a blow-up right there. Jesus.
Matusow wants to just go hide under a rock right now.
And right now, action on Stephen Kelly. He's got ace-king of spades.
And with a hand like that, he just might grab that chip lead back.
And he's raising. Makes it 100,000 to go. Matusow out. And the Belmore bluffer now with a queen-jack. And he's going to make this call. WPT champion Vivek out. To the flop we go.
Flop of 6-10-9 is an awful lot better for Alan Sternberg, having flopped 2 overcards in an open-ended straight draw, than it is for Stephen Kelly, who, with his ace high, is kind of in an awkward position on a lot of turn and rivers.
Well, Allen has checked it. And Stephen Kelly with the continuation bet. Looks like 120,000. And a very casual call by Sternberg to the turn. Wow, look at this. It's a king of clubs making kings for Kelly, and an absolute cinch at the time for Alan Sternberg with the straight. Allen has checked it, and Stephen has bet it's 260,000.
Yeah, Stephen doesn't know how much trouble that card actually puts him in.
And here comes the re-raise by Allen, makes it 650 to go.
Here, not only does he have the best hand, but he's got a texture here where it looks like he can represent so many hands that have yet to get there.
Now, these are the 2 chip leaders going at it.
If I'm Stephen, I'm calling and evaluating on the river, trying to make my decision as to whether I'm going to call down what I think might be a semi-bluff.
Those yellow plaques are worth 100,000 each. He is re-raised.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what he's hoping to accomplish with this re-raise, as it reopens the betting.
Well, he just thinks he's in front. Top pair, ace kicker.
I'm all in.
And there, Alan Sternberg with the cinch at this time goes all in. Makes Stephen go away.
And this would be the problem with re-betting a turn like that.
Let's hope you just smooth call draw.
Especially if Allen can ever semi-bluff that turn, then popping it up again there is a total disaster.
This is the largest live tournament cash for Allen.
Not acting like it. He's very calm.
Yeah.
Even when things aren't going his way, just in stride.
All right, back to the felt.
All in.
Matusow now with an ace-7. He's on the short stack, and he goes all in with ace-high. Couple folds. Only one to beat is Stephen Kelly. And Kelly's got a king-queen offsuit.
I call.
Wow, and Stephen Kelly's going to call it.
Wow, not a loose call, especially when you're against Mike Matusow, who, for the most part, outside of his bluff, has been the tightest guy on the table.
Matusow mumbling to himself. He knows he's a slight favorite, but anything can happen. So Stephen Kelly's friends and fans, they are chanting bounty. They know he has taken out 3 bounties in the Spade 101 so far.
Truly, he's been the Boba Fett of the tournament, Vince.
And here we go with the flop. 6-5-3. Good for Matusow. His ace-high still out in front. To the turn we go. It's a deuce. Also a good card for Matusow. And he's feeling it right now.
He dodged 6 outs on the river. Matusow's sticking around.
As his buddy Phil Hellmuth up on the rail. Rooting him on. He's got to split one more card. Can Matusow double up? We will see. Yes, he's done it. 4 clubs. Makes it straight.
High fives all around.
We're on our way back, baby. This is my time. Don't worry. We're coming back.
Mike again. Taking a pretty good one from Stephen Kelly. Now it's Vivek Rajkumar, brilliant young 24-year-old poker pro out of Seattle, Washington, with a pair of 10s. And he's going to raise, makes it 115 to go. Stephen Kelly out.
Matusow peers down at a queen-9 suited. He and Vivek are actually our two current short stacks. So neither has a lot of room to maneuver with.
Matusow is going to call.
About.
So we got queen 9 up against a pair of 10s. Here's the flop.
900.
Ace 4 9. Matusow getting a 9 right there, and he's going to check it. Vivek with the 10s. Got to be wary of that ace hitting, though, but he's going to bet 75,000.
Again, using a very small continuation bet on these kind of flops.
Mike the mouth. Wow. He's raised.
Check raised a third of his stack.
Made it 300,000, but a quick call by Vivek.
Yeah, yet again demonstrating that he simply is not going to believe people who check raise him on boards like this.
5 of diamonds on the turn. That slows Mike Matusow down. They both check. Oh, a 9 on the river. What a card for Matusow. Hitting his 3 of a kind. Wow, you do everything wrong and you get rewarded for it, Tony.
Does work out that way sometimes.
Mullen.
And he, with his short stack, says all in.
Oof, nasty spot for Vivek. He's thinking, if Mike wanted to bluff me, wouldn't he have moved in on the turn?
How much is it?
This is Vivek Rajkumar's 3rd WPT final table just last week. He was in 2nd place at the LAPC. That's back-to-back final tables. Just incredible.
It's a 9 or nothing, right? It's a 9 or nothing.
He's having difficulty finding a lot of hands that beat him, but he's also having difficulty finding a lot of hands that he could beat, because in theory, most of those that are just a total bluff are going to move in on the turn.
Oh, he has got a problem. Is he going to pay off Matusow?
An even bigger problem for Vivek is that because he's so short to start the hand, he'd have to call off for almost all his remaining chips.
Yeah, you're right, and he finally does the right thing, makes the nice lay down. He just got outdrawn on the river, and Mike Matusow builds up his chip stack.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
All right, back to this. Alan Sternberg quickly folds it.
All in.
And look at this. Vivek Rajkumar going all in with King Jack.
How much is it?
Stephen Kelly right behind him with a King Queen. He's pondering this.
750. Mullen.
Wow. He's going in.
I was going to call him.
You're going to call? Show your hand, show your hand.
I'm folding.
Yeah, show your hand, though. Just show it.
I was going to call you.
Matusow has gone out.
It's not good for me.
He had the same hand Stephen Kelly did.
It's great for me.
Well, 1 queen's gone.
Wow, well, this is the notorious hand that knocked out Mike Sexton earlier.
We saw that 1 king queen got folded, so he feels a little bit better about his chances. Can he slam out a jack just as Mike Matusow did earlier to Mike Sexton?
Nice hand, Steve.
It's not over.
A dream of Vivek's 2-time WPT championship on the line right now.
Didn't we see this earlier in this,
as he's behind with his King Jack. Here's the flop, and the flop comes up ace through deuce. Stephen Kelly out in front with his King Queen. Love would bust out Vivek and a 7 of diamonds. That's also good for Stephen Kelly.
Where do you guys want to go for sushi? You guys want to go?
He's already planning his sushi run.
Doing dinner plans. 10 of hearts on the river.
Rightfully so. He's going to be available to make those dinner plans.
And that's going to wrap it up for Vivek Rajkumar. Can't make his luck hold up. Going to pick up $295,000.
And a hug from Mike Matusow.
That is as good as it gets. He's a great champion. A lot of class that young man has. $1,000. We have 1 bounty left here. That's Mike Matusow. As he looks down at a Jack 8 and folds. And now the chip leader, Alan Sternberg, with a King 8, is going to raise. Makes it $160,000 to go.
Not backing down on the aggression, but Stephen Kelly's picked up a pair of 5s, and we know he's not going anywhere.
We're going to see a flop. And it's a good one for Alan Sternberg. Pair of kings on the flop.
And just as he would bet a lot of his bluffs here, he's going to go ahead and have to bet his good hands too, especially considering there's a lot of draws out there that Steven could be calling down with.
He's bet 125,000. Steven is not going anywhere. He's making the call. Turn card and 8 makes 2 pair for Alan Sternberg.
If he wasn't confident in his hand before, he's certainly feeling good about it now. And I like that it looks like he's going to just go ahead and fire again here. I feel that no point in really checking. People are so aggressive blind versus blind that there's so many draws that Steven could have that bet's the right move.
And he's bet 275,000. Stephen Kelly's calling with the 5s. And the river card, 9 of diamonds, pairs the board.
And if Alan believes that Steven was calling down with a 9, then it's a disaster card.
Well, Alan has checked. He is wary of the 9.
Yeah. Additionally, that counterfeits Alan's 2 pair. So if Steven had something like a king 10 or a king jack, all of a sudden he's got the best hand.
And Stephen Kelly has bet 425,000 with just a pair of 5.
That river is terrible. Very terrible.
Alan talking to himself.
Yeah. And now he's just hoping, wow, does Steven have a jack 10 or a queen jack or some spades that he played very passively? Because otherwise I'm beat.
A lot of money in the pot, though. This is a $425,000 bet. Wow.
Nice play by Steven, turning a pair into a bluff there. Lets to show one of his 5s.
King 5 is good.
No, it wasn't.
Stephen Kelly, very shrewd bet on the river. Nicely done. Stephen Kelly, things are going right for this 21-year-old. Almost a chip leader. He and Sternberg are with about the same amount of chips. And he's at 10,000 blinds, are going up to 40 and 80 right now.
Yeah, that really puts Matusow on the edge with just under 1.4 million. Certainly doesn't have a lot of options available to him.
And in this hand, Alan Sternberg's raised with a king 7, 180 to go.
Mullen.
And look at this, Matusow with a queen, 10 of hearts, going all in, and he's going to win this pot.
Yeah, I like the spot. The hand that plays really well as an all-in, sucks out very frequently, and he knows how aggressive Alan is. It's a smart play by Matusow to stick it in.
Alan Sternberg with the button. He's got a king, queen of hearts. Gonna raise, makes it 180 to go. Stephen Kelly, 21 years old. Chip leader goes out, and now Mike the Mouth Matusow.
Mullen.
Wow.
Ooh, not a fan of this one.
With just a 9 deuce, Mike Matusow's gone all in.
I'm all for aggression, but you can wait for a better hand than this, especially when he just jammed on the guy a few hands ago.
Well, Alan is called. The bluff potentially backfiring for Mike the Mouth Matusow.
That's the problem with moving in with garbage. When you're called, you really don't have a lot of ways to get there.
Matusow's dream of becoming a WPT champion after 5 times on the line right now. He's adored to take down his hand.
They said I got no balls. Gotta get them balls going.
He needs a suck out here.
I'm not worried. It's home. I'm there.
Look at him. He's unshaken. I'm there. Oh, you're not there.
Yeah, the flop comes up queen, 10, 6.
I need diamond.
As Alan Sternberg hits his queens on the flop.
Jack of diamonds would be good.
Well, he has backdoor draws, I guess.
Anything can happen on the WPT. And the turn card comes up, and look at this, it's a 4 diamonds.
Ooh, this makes Matusow very much alive, and we've known from previous in this final table that he's capable of hitting a river.
He's got a shot here with a diamond. He could pull off the miracle.
This is my time.
Mike the Mouth Matusow needs a diamond. Will he get it? No. Deuce of hearts, not to be.
Good luck.
Matusow is out.
Well, Vince, Mike Matusow is going to be our 3rd place finisher, take home $369,000.
It's always a great effort, always fun to see him play. He's a new kind of player. Mike the Mouth, his 5th time out on the WPT final table, but it's not to be. He's out in 3rd place, and he signs the T-shirt.
Good sport that he is, though. Very fun guy to play poker with.
Good luck, man.
Always riveting to watch him play.
I really did.
Alan Sternberg makes the bounty of 5,000 by knocking out another bounty here.
Right, last one remaining in the field.
Right now, Mike Matusow talking to Matt Savage.
You were so patient, and then in that last hand, you kind of got caught with your pants down a little bit.
No, not really. I thought I saw something on him, and that time there, it just didn't work out.
Well, you're a crowd favorite. Got a lot of fans behind you, so hope to see you on the next stop.
Hey, it was fun, man. I mean, you don't get that many chances, but hey, what the hell? I play good. For all them people, for all them people out there that say that I can't pull the trigger, I pulled the trigger twice.
All right, Mike. Congratulations.
That's fun.
All right, thanks, brother.
Here we go. Stephen Kelly with 6.3 million. Alan Sternberg with 6.1. Blinds are 40 and 80,000. And on the first hand, Alan Sternberg with a 9-8 of clubs. Gonna raise, makes it 200,000.
Going into a fairly deep stack heads up with both guys almost exactly even in chips.
And Stephen Kelly with a 9-7 of hearts. Old aggressive play continues because Stephen Kelly has popped it. Makes it 560,000. And Alan not going anywhere. He's made the call.
I do like the call by Alan. He knows that Steven's capable of 3-betting light pre-flop. He's in position. He's got a hand that flops very well.
Well, look at this flop, 10-8-5, and that is 8s for Sternberg and Stephen Kelly with the open-ended straight draw. And it's on the 21-year-old Stephen Kelly. He's going to bet out 470 grand.
Naturally, we're not going to see Alan go anywhere on this flop. Steven's got enough of a piece of it. He's likely planning on firing multiple barrels. Either gets there or doesn't get there.
And the Belmore bluffer is going to make the call with his 8s. Nice call.
Yep.
Turn card coming up. And it's the 5 of hearts. It pairs the board.
Pretty big dud and a much better card for Alan Sternberg than it is Stephen Kelly. And it looks like Steven's going to reach anyway. I still like his bet here considering he's open-ended and check calling is not a very viable option.
21 years old. He has guts. He's got chips and he's betting 1.1 million.
Now it's up to Alan to decide, do I think this guy 3-bet a 5 pre-flop? Otherwise, the only hands that he can really have that are beating me are big pairs. So do I think he has a big pair that he just 3-bet pre-flop?
Alan says, I'm calling you.
Yeah.
With the 8s, and the river card is a 10, pairs the 10s.
Horrible card for Steven to try and keep bluffing. All the draws have missed. If Alan was calling him down with a 10, he'll never get away with it.
Well, they both check.
Yeah, I like that Steven decided to abandon his bluff here. And just like that, Alan Sternberg becomes our chip leader once again.
Well, Alan Sternberg had the guts to stick around with just 8s. That is going to hurt. That is a huge pot.
It is indeed.
Alan staying very cool and collected.
Has been throughout the final table, even when things were going really wrong for him.
Got in this tournament through a $600 satellite online.
Incredible. Now he's just one man away from $1 million.
Stephen Kelly first to play. He's got a 5-4, but he's got a raise. Makes it 250 to go.
Yeah, most of all, what he has is the button. And in a heads-up match, that normally means you're raising.
That's right. And Alan Sternberg with a 6-3 of clubs, he will play.
Yeah, he's not going to be folding a lot of suited and semi-connecting hands out of the big blind in a heads-up match.
Okay, here's the flop. 10-4-3. Kelly with a pair of 4s, Sternberg with a pair of 3s. Alan's going to bet 225,000.
Naturally, Steven's going nowhere with his second pair, especially on a texture like that.
Well, the turn card is a 5 of clubs, makes 2 pair for Stephen Kelly. And now Sternberg with a straight draw and a pair of 3s. He has checked it.
Yeah, I like his check here. It's really bad for him if he gets blown off his hand, if he's got enough showdown value here that he can check call confidently, knowing that there's going to be some semi-bluffs in Steven's range.
Well, Steven going to bet with his 2 pair, 675,000.
I don't think we're going to see Alan get away from his hand quite yet here. He knows Steven could potentially be semi-bluffing. He knows that Steven might float him on the flop because he doesn't believe a little dog bet on such a raggy board. Plus, he's got the pair in the open and the straight draw.
You're correct, Tony. He's making the call. Love to hit his straight.
Certainly make his life a lot easier on the river.
Big pot happening now. Here's the river card. King of hearts, 3 hearts out there now.
Pretty scary for Alan, who at this point I would think if he was checking is always giving up, but instead looks like he's going to lead out with a bluff here.
This is a gutsy young player from New York. He's betting, wow, 1.2 million.
And that's a large portion of Stephen Kelly's remaining stack.
He's got 2 pair though.
And he's got to ask himself, would Alan take this line with hearts?
You got like 10 jack of hearts.
So it's really about Steven deciding, does Alan have the hearts here? Because I can't imagine he's betting a lot of other hands other than hearts or bluffs.
I agree. If you think through this, wouldn't he have played 4 hearts on the flop differently? I believe he would. Steven might be able to figure out this puzzle because he's got 2 pair. It would be a nice call.
Hand in the folding motion, though.
We don't like that. No! He's folded the winner. But you got to give credit to the New Yorker.
It absolutely demonstrates the power of aggression.
So Alan Sternberg takes down that pot.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Here we go. The blinds are 16-120. There's Stephen Kelly. He's got an ace-queen with the button. And he's going to move it up to 240,000 to go. And the New Yorker looks down at a 10-8 of spades. Now look at this. He's throwing in,
I call.
over a couple million.
It's not all in, but I called
Puts
it.
out almost enough to put Stephen Kelly on.
Yeah,
and he says, oh, you know, I didn't quite put enough to put them all in, but whatever he's got left, I'll call it off.
All of Stephen's chips are in. And Stephen Kelly is the favorite, of course. Ace-queen up against 10-8.
Sit and watch. I can't look. I can't look.
Comes down to this.
Yep.
Can Alan Sternberg suck out to become a WPT champion?
The brawler from Belmore, New York, with the opportunity of a lifetime. 5 cards to come. And the flop comes up a queen. Beautiful for Stephen Kelly. He's got queens. And Alan has a pair of 8s.
Well, Stephen's flop top pair like he was hoping
One more
for.
queen,
He's not
one more
entirely
queen.
secure, as Alan can still hit a 10, 8, or make a backdoor straight.
All right, what street is a 7? Pairs the board.
Good card. That's a good card. That's a good
Brilliant
card.
card for Stephen Kelly.
That's a really
Takes
good
away
card.
pretty much all of Alan's outs, leaving him with just 2 outs.
Alan would need a miracle. If he gets that miracle, he's a WPT champion. We're going down to the last card.
Oh, man!
He catches the 8. He gets the miracle.
Wow.
He takes the title.
Wow, and Stephen Kelly is
That's gross.
devastated. We've got a number of dramatic river cards we have seen here tonight, Vince.
Wow. He's done it. Alan Sternberg, the biggest suck out of the night and probably of the season, has taken down his title.
Got to be the biggest suck out of his life. Well, while Alan's getting high fives on the rail, we've got second place finisher Stephen Kelly standing by with Matt Savage.
A pretty sick beat there on the end.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It happens. It's part of poker.
Only 21 years old. You got a pretty bright future ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the upcoming WPT events.
Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for our new champion at Bay 101, Alan Sternberg.